In the videos that I made for the epigraphs for the Way of Kings, I would like read part of the epigraphs and kind of talk about what I thought it meant and this and that. And I don't know, I was thinking about that, and I guess these are supposed to be recap videos. I don't want to be like giving too much of my own opinions and stuff. So for the epigraphs in Words of Radiance, I decided I'm just gonna recap them, literally. I'm just gonna read the epigraphs from each section of the book, and I'll probably continue to do this with later books. We'll see what kind of works better. But anyway, here are the epigraphs from part 1 of Words of Radiance. These are journal entries from Navani : and I'm not gonna worry about like the dates and stuff, but they are dated, I believe, about a year after the events that are occurring in the chapters that we're reading. So these are from a little bit later date. To be perfectly frank, what has happened these last 2 months is upon my head. The death, destruction, loss, and pain are my burden. I should have seen it coming, and I should have stopped it. Our first clue was the Parshendi. Even weeks before they abandoned their pursuit of the gem hearts, their pattern of fighting changed. They lingered on the plateaus after battles as if waiting for something. Soldiers reported being watched from afar by an unnerving number of Parshendi scouts. Then we noticed a new pattern of their penetrating close to the camps in the night and then quickly retreating. I can only surmise that our enemies were even then preparing their stratagem to end this war. The next clue came on the walls. I did not ignore this sign, but neither did I grasp its full implications. The sign on the wall proposed a greater danger even than its deadline. To foresee the future is of the Voidbringers. We had never considered that there might be Parshendi spies hiding among our slaves. This is something else I should have seen. I was unprepared for the grief my loss brought, like an unexpected rain breaking from a clear sky and crashing down upon me. Gavilar's death years ago was overwhelming, but this nearly crushed me. I seek not to use my grief as an excuse, but it is an explanation. People act strangely soon after encountering an unexpected loss. Though Yasna had been away for some time, her loss was unexpected. I, like many, assumed her to be immortal. I wish to think that had I not been under sorrow's thumb, I would have seen earlier the approaching dangers. Yet in all honesty, I'm not certain anything could have been done. But, understandably, we were focused on Sadeas. His betrayal was still fresh, and I saw its signs each day as I passed empty barracks and grieving widows. We knew that Sadeas would not simply rest upon his slaughters in pride. More was coming. Unfortunately, we fixated upon Sadeas's plotting so much that we did not take note of the changed pattern of our enemies, the murderers of my husband, the true danger. I would like to know what wind brought about their sudden, inexplicable transformation. So those were the epigraphs from part 1 of Words of Radiance. I said in this video that I wasn't going to theorize on these, but maybe I will a little bit. It's really interesting to see Navani talking about these events as they're happening. A lot of the stuff, like the sign on the wall that Dalinar found after his vision, that was the epigraph from the chapter where he had that vision. So you read that epigraph and you're like, what is she talking about? But then you read the chapter and at the end it says the 62 days, death comes after, and you're like, oh, is that the thing? Like, so a lot of this stuff, it's like, it makes more sense in retrospect because you read it and you realize, oh yeah, that's right. I think the chapter where she starts talking about Yasna's loss, Yasna's death, that's the chapter where the boat is attacked and Yasna dies. So yeah, cool stuff like that. She mentions Sadeas' betrayal. That's what happened at the end of the last book, right? So we should be familiar with that. But what I love about this is it's all kind of overlaid with this idea, with this, she kind of takes for granted that we should know, which we don't know yet, some enormously destructive, horrible thing that's about to happen. Probably the 62-day deadline thing, I'm thinking. So I don't know, I just like the way it's set up. You know, it's talking about things that we already know, but it's got this other looming danger that Navani knows about as she's writing that, but we don't know about it quite yet. So anyway, there you go.